The Horn of Africa is facing its worst drought for decades. Fresh water here is simply a matter of life and death. While climate change has been blamed for the increasing scarcity of this most valuable resource, it's not the only reason.
There is plenty of reasons. One is, of course, the drought. The other one is political mismanagement, and in particular, vacuum in terms of political leadership in Somalia. There is no central power.
But managing a lack of water isn't only confined to Africa. Countries experiencing rapid urbanisation are also struggling to cope with demand, an issue highlighted at this year's World Water Week, recently held in Stockholm.
We all know that the situation in these urban areas too often leads to water-related diseases such as diarrhea, malaria and cholera epidemics, having devastating effects on the livelihoods of families, but also severe effects on the economic of their countries.
The conference in the Swedish capital brought together local leaders from around the world, including India. Hyderabad, in the centre of the country, has seen fast economic growth in recent years, attracting thousands of people from poor rural areas. Many end up in slums not connected to the water supply, something city officials are trying to change.
All the old slums have already been covered, but because of the huge growth, new slums are coming up. They will be planned to be covered in the near future.
In Brazil's Sao Paulo, the reasons for the city's large influx of rural poor are similar to those in Hyderabad. The city's sprawling shanty towns, however, have become a major flood risk. The council is providing housing to poor people to get them out of these places, the city's environment minister said. That way they get better housing conditions and at the same time clean water. In Rwanda, the country's capital, Kigali, has also seen recent rapid growth. Here, old habits die hard. Many inhabitants continue to live like they've always done, but in an urban setting. Local authorities argue if they are to establish a proper water network, the distance between settlements needs to be smaller.
For us to be able to be cost effective, we need to concentrate our settlements. Initially, people would want to have big homesteads and, they want to settle, scattered in a way. That would only be easy if people are going to use water from natural springs. But if you want to give them water that is potable, that is clean, then you need to look at the economics of it.
Rich countries too are struggling to manage their water supplies. In California, the mayor of Pleasanton, near San Francisco, says authorities have a battle to convince people to consume less, even in dry periods.
The people in my town consume 244 gallons per capita per day. Now, why is that? A lot of it's commercial, but it's also because we have people who have large pieces of property and insist on having sweeping green turf, and that means watering it all the time.
In India, ways of getting water to large urban areas have existed for more than 3,000 years. But in today's India, as in many parts of the world, it's not just about technology, it's about political will.